The Cove. I took my mom to see it. So we're in the theater. It's kind of like, it's a beautiful documentary. And my mom's getting a little emotional. She goes, Harriet, I gotta go. I go, okay, Mom. So we're driving in the car, taking her back home. And then she looks at me and she goes, Harriet, with all this talk about the ocean, can we go to the Red Lobster? The Cove. I mean, my mom can justify anything. She's been trying to lose like 7 pounds for 60 years. I mean, she's the only one on Weight Watchers that has rollover points. I love her though. I mean, like, every year, it was my birthday recently, every year she makes me lemon meringue pie. I hate lemon meringue pie. That's her favorite. So on her birthday, I sent her flowers, and I call her up and go, Mom, how did you like the flowers? I'd rather have a lottery ticket. I go, you didn't like the beautiful red roses? Flowers die. I want money. So, you know, like, I'm a people pleaser. So I sent her an envelope full of scratchers, you know, Super Lotto, Pick 6, and what is it Pick 6? Megan, thank you. You know you buy your lottery tickets. So I sent them to her. I go, Mom, what do you think? And this is what she says to me, my mother. She goes, well, Harriet, thank you, honey. I really appreciate it. And if I win, I'll love you forever. I learned a lot about relationships from my parents. For 40 years, every morning, my dad brought my mom a cup of tea to her bedroom. And for 40 years, every morning, she didn't drink it. She doesn't like tea. I said, Mom, why don't you tell him? She says, it's the only nice thing he's ever done. I know it's true. I love my dad, though. I mean, my parents are different. Okay, I'm from Jersey. Anyone? Oh, thank you, thank you. My parents have the only bar restaurant in New Jersey where there's pictures all over the wall of famous people choking. My dad was always like, his claim to fame was like, I'm a model citizen. Once, an old man fell down right in the middle of the street. My dad was right there to help. He put a couple flares around him. He never got hit. I really like you guys, so I feel like I can kind of divulge what's going on with me. Can I? Yeah, I thought so. Thank you, because I recently got dumped. Thank you. It's been really hard, and the guy had the nerve to say to me that I wasn't affectionate enough. He says, you act like we're just friends. I don't have sex with my friends. Well, I have, and maybe that was the problem. No, I used to be trisexual. I try to have sex with anything. I'm not gay, but I think like long term, like if we were in prison, you'd be my bitch. Those two, my ho-hos. I think the problem with this guy and I were, we were opposites. I mean, he's very political, I'm not. He drank the whole time Bush was in office. I drank when they closed Robinson's May. And I wasn't that attracted to him. He was very hairy. I was like so afraid he was going to growl. He was like an electrolysis dream client. No, yeah, he could keep her in diamonds with that fur. And like my friends are trying to all kind of console me. Like one of my best girlfriends said to me, she says, Harriet, don't worry. He'll find you when you're not looking. That's like getting mugged. And then my other girlfriend, she fixed me up. She says, I got like the perfect guy for you. He's in show business. He'll understand you. So I went out with him. Turned out to be a triple threat. Black, gay, and Jewish. I fixed him up with my friend Jim. And I think I might be going to a wedding in like December. Well, anybody internet dating? Come on. I've seen this. Anyone internet dating? No? Come on, be honest. Okay, then I'll tell you. I tried it. But the problem was I kept getting like the senile guys I forgot they already went out with me. Hi, I'm Bob. I'm a high school English teacher. You look very nice. Well, I went out with you, Bob, 3 times. I didn't like you. Thanks for teaching our kids. So with all my knowledge, I'm going to be really proud of me. And in fact, maybe we'll all go out for a drink later too. Or like coffee. You want coffee? Well, you're going to need coffee with all that liquor you're pumping down there. He's a drinker over there. How many have you had? Do we need like a breathalyzer? I'm kidding. I know, I'm kidding. I just got my first book published. Thank you. I wrote a self-help dating book. It's called I'm Easy, You're Lucky. Chapter 1. It is not men against women, or women against men, because I'm just as much to blame. When I first go out with a guy, I take extra care of myself. I do the hair, I do the makeup, I put lotion all over my body. 3 months later, I'm like, fuck it, I'm soft enough. 6 months later, if one toe is polished, you're lucky. Chapter 2. You gotta give a guy a chance. I went out with this guy in a walker. One day with me, he threw that walker away. He said he'd rather be housebound. I went out with this short guy. I didn't care that he was short, but he had a complex. He hated to sit on my lap. I went out with this guy who was like living in his car, and he was like so romantic. I mean, he was just such a good guy. I mean, he invited me over, like, you know, for lunch and stuff, and it was so cute. Like, in his front seat, he had like coasters on his dash. And like we're sitting in the front seat, and he picks up his cell and he's ordering. I'd like a large pepperoni and a liter of Pepsi. Address? On the 3rd Blue Chevy, parked between Lancashire and Magnolia. Throw in some crazy bread. See, I like a gentleman. I like the kind of guy that opens the car door for you. I mean, not when you're on the freeway. You gotta pick up, and this is like chapter 4, I cannot say this enough, you gotta pick up on hints. There's this guy in my apartment complex, always giving me the eye. In fact, he's been like, I think he's infatuated with me. He's been leaving notes on my windshield. I brought one with me. You want me to read it? Yeah. Hello. You're in my space. Very important. I can't say this enough, you gotta work on yourself. And me, I've been taking a lot of herbs instead of drugs. And it's been like 3 months. I'm going back to the drugs. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I went to a homeopathic doctor. This guy was an acupuncturist and an MD and a veterinarian. He gave me some new meds. I don't feel a difference. Woof. I like you guys a lot. So I'm going to leave you with two things. I want to leave you with two things that my mom gave me to live by. Always carry tissues and flush with your foot. The first one's helpful. The second, I pulled my hamstring in a handicap stall. You guys have been so wonderful. I'm Harriet Rose. Thank you so much.